What's up, guys? Welcome back to another of the PPL's Week 5 analysis of my team and then of Shoddy's team. So, the team I'm bringing: RT Drizzle, the Polytoad, Max HP, Max Defense, Drizzle, Damp Rock, Scald, Ice Beam, Protect, and Perish Song. Um, I'm really not very sure about this team. I'll go over that after I go over one. I'm bringing Remember Me, the Mamoswine, the Adamant Thick Fat Focus Dash. I want to lead with him or Meowstick, and then I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if it's 100% a good idea to bring Knockoff, or Stealth Rocks. I don't know if I need Stealth Rocks that much, but that could be a giant mistake. It could not be. I have no idea. I'm bringing Spray Bay, the Timid, Swift Swim, Choice Specs, Kingdra, Surf, Ice Beam, Flash Cannon, Draco, Meteor. Sanic, the Bold, Prankster, Light Clay, Meowstick, Male with Reflect, Light Scream, Charm, and Psychic. The plan with him, if he decides to set up with any of his physical attackers, I can either go in with a Charm. This probably wouldn't work too well against Scizor, but I could try and get a Reflect and Charm off on the Scizor. Probably not the best plan. I'm not very. Oh, this battle. I have no idea if I can even pull this off. I got Slap Happy, the Toxicroak, Adamant Dry Skin, Life Orb, Sucker Punch, Knockoff, Gunk Shot, and Drain Punch. This basically is my only thing for Jellicent besides Thundurus. And the problem is, I was originally going to bring Goodra. I was definitely originally going to bring Goodra over the Thundurus. And then I'm like, I don't really have anything for the Jellicent on Shoddy's side, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And then last minute, I pull one of my Thunduruses. It isn't the best. I wanted to bring my Nasty Plot Thundurus with, I think he had Thunderbolt, Dark Pulse, and Hidden Power. No, it was Psychic. Thunderbolt, Dark Pulse, and Psychic. I don't know why. I really wanted to bring him. I just didn't have enough time to gen before the match, and I swapped Goodra out like literally right before the battle when I was waiting for Shoddy to get ready for battle, and I should have genned it in, but I was just I'm just so lazy, man. By the way, this is post-com. This is after the battle, so I already know the results. We're actually gonna go over to Shoddy's team and see what he could possibly be bringing. So be right back. Alright, guys, so now looking at Shoddy's team in the Bayern Mewnich. Mewnich. He's got the Landorus Therian, the Mega Scizor, the Clefable, Crobat, Mesprit, Nidoqueen, Zoroark, Sock, Jellicent, Zebstrika, Typhlosion. So, seeing this team, I knew he'd probably bring the Jellicent, and I somewhat prepared for that, although I didn't have a whole lot of things to take it on. I unfortunately did not prepare for the Zebstrika as well as I could. I didn't even, next week, I'm definitely going to be preparing more. I should have anticipated who would bring Landorus Therian against the Rain team, and they know it's a Rain team, and I prepared so much for the Landorus Therian and all that, and the Crobat. Why would you bring it? Good to get T-Waved. My predictions for his team were the Landorus Therian, Mega Scizor, Clefable, Mesprit, Sock, and Jellicent. I did not anticipate him to bring the Zebstrika, which I should have really anticipated that, because it was quite dumb of me to not think he would bring an electric type against the Rain team. So next week, I'm definitely going to be preparing more and thinking of an actual strategy instead of going hyper offense like I did this week. It's probably best for me to think carefully about the team and all the options for everything to bring. So, before we get this battle on the way, I will see you guys in just a second. Okay, so now we're at the battle. I'm probably post-comming this, so I'm gonna lead off with my Landorus. That's all I can not my Landorus, my Thunderous. I was originally gonna lead off with Meowstick or Mamoswine, but I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna bring out the Thunderous. It's actually a decent call, because if I had my Nasty Plot set here like I could have either gotten Nasty Plot up or gone for a Dark Pulse instead of the taunt, and that would have been nice. So he's taunted. I'm actually going to T-Wave. I don't know why I didn't just Thunderbolt here. I was scared, maybe thinking, it was a fast Pokemon, maybe my Toxic Croak, I might need to take it out later. But here, I should have just stayed in, gone for Thunderbolts. He wasn't going to swap out. I saw it as a good chance to bring in my Meowstick and go for some screens, but it turns out the taunt ends this turn, and he gets a crit Psychic that also drops the special defense here, which really sucks. So, his taunt's going to wear off, and we're just going to exchange screens here. I'm going to get my Reflect up, and he's going to get his Light Screen up. Of course, mine's Prankster, so I'm going to go first. And I don't think he's like Clay, I believe. I'm pretty sure he's not like Clay. I think he's actually Safety Goggles. I knock it off later. And he's actually Safety Goggles. So, yeah, we're just exchanging screens here. There goes his Reflect. And I'm actually going to swap out here because there's nothing I can really do to this thing. I'm going to go into my Politoed because he can take a hit, a Psychic. And he actually goes for Stealth Rocks. And I did not even know that Mesprit got Stealth Rocks. But, yeah, it does. So, he gets his Stealth Rocks up and I'm like, yeah, okay, well, next time I'm going to be bringing a Rapid Spinner or a Defogger or something to prevent rocks from getting up. So he's going to bring out his Jellicent and just get the Water Absorb. It's a very nice prediction on his account. I knew he was going to do that, but there's no reason not to. And then I didn't expect him to go for Taunt. He's actually speed invested a little bit to outspeed me. So I'm like, well, shit, I can't really do anything. He's predicting me very well and handling me very well. Here's where I wish I had Dark Pulse. I could totally just go for a Dark Pulse. It would be super effective on this thing. And even though it doesn't matter as much, the Stealth Rocks brought me down to Citrus Berry. And the Skull doesn't do too much because I'm especially defensive. And I had the Light Screen and Reflect up. So I'm going to swap out here and see what he does. Oh, this is actually where I pull a double, predicting him to go into Zebstrika and bring out Mamoswine. And this is where he brings out his Zebstrika. And this is actually a very good prediction on my side. I'm actually kind of proud of this predicting it, although it was pretty obvious that he was going to swap into Zebstrika. And he brings out his Mega Scizor, and I'm like, okay, well, I went for Stealth Rocks before you swapped out, so whoop. It turns out his Mega Scizor is actually max defense, max HP, which really is annoying, and he has defog on this thing, so pain in the ass on my end. I can't really do too much to this thing. I should have brought my Goodra or something to handle this, an HP Fire or something, because this thing is a pain in the ass. He goes for a U-turn just to get some pivot, and man, he has me on the ropes here. Damn. So he brings out his Zebstrika, and I'm just like, you know what? I need to swap out. I'm gonna go into my Meowstick. Actually, I went for a Protect to stall. There we go. Yeah, next I switch into Meowstick. So it turns out he's physical, and I'm just like, okay, well, physical. I'll go out into my Meowstick and get a Reflect off. And this actually does a decent amount in the Reflect. I feel like if I wasn't crit earlier, I would have lived 2 frustrations, or this upcoming Volt Switch that he does. I go for the Prankster Reflect. He goes for his only special move. It turns out to be a Volt Switch, and it's able to take me out. So here's where I lose my first Pokemon of the game, and that's very sad because Meowstick did his job fairly well. I didn't expect him to get any kills. I just wanted him to get screens up. So now he brings out the Scizor, and I bring out my, I believe my Politoed, which is not necessarily the best switch in, but it's better for me to take hits. So I get my Drain up, and I was expecting, you know, maybe I could get my Kingdra out next turn. I go for Protect just to see what he'll do. If he went for Defog, that would have been fine, or Roost, that would have been fine. He goes for a U-turn. I go out into my Kingdra, and he goes for just straight up U-turn to get more pivot on me, because I literally had to swap out here, because if he went for a U-turn, he could have just swapped into his Jellicent and got some HP back. But I'm actually a Choice Specs Kingdra, so I was thinking, oh, maybe I can take something out with this. And he actually is special. I believe he's calm-natured, so he would live this. And this Draco Meteor is literally not enough. This Jellicent was more than a problem than I anticipated. Next time, if we ever battle again, or in the next season, I'm going to be more prepared for bulky-ass water types like this if I have a rain team, which I don't know if I will or not. So, he gets the burn, and it doesn't matter too much because I'm special, although residual damage does suck, so it's going to add up later on in the battle. So, we're still pretty even right now. I'm going to swap into my Toxicroak, expecting him to go for a Scald, but he goes for the safe play and goes for a Recover, which is good on him. Good on him. So he literally has to swap out here. He knows he's going to take a knockoff. It doesn't even matter. He can't do too much to me. Unless he has Psychic on this thing, which I do think it gets, which would be perfect because this is my Toxicroak's the only thing I have it. He brings in his Mesprit, and it gets knocked off, and he loses his safety goggles, which is completely fine with me. The only problem I had with this was, you know, I can outspeed him. Do I just go for a safe knockoff? Do I go for a gunk shot predicting a switch? But no, I realized it's just better to go for a knockoff. And here I should have realized it sooner because I was paying attention, and I actually realized it after I bring in my after I click my move, because I was so fucking quick to click Gunk Shot. It turns out this is actually Zoroark, and I knew that after I clicked my move, and I'm just like, fuck. Well, this is where the game is probably in his favor, because I can't really do too much to him now. I can't take out the Jellicent unless I get him on a switch or something, which is terrible for me. I bring out my Sign, it's actually going to cause him to switch into his Scizor, which can eat up pretty much any hit that he goes for. I go for the knockoff, which, you know, should have just gone for Earthquake. I didn't have Earthquake, so you know that next time, Earthquake, always on Mamoswine. There's no reason not to have Earthquake on Mamoswine. It would have been so much more handy. He was my hardest hitter, and Earthquake would have done the most damage. So he's just going to go for a U-turn here, I believe, after I bring in my Politude, because I don't want to take a Bullet Punch. I already lost my Sash. Oh, he goes for the Roost. Never mind, never mind. I didn't practice this commentary too much. I don't have a lot of time, because I had to re-record this. He goes for the U-turn. Get some damage off on me to get a pivot. He's probably going to bring in his Zeb Striker here just to do work on me. And I'm going to swap into... oh, he actually brings in Politoed, which I get a Pair Song off, which it doesn't really matter, because he can just swap out. I was just trying to do something, because literally I am in the worst position right now. I lost my Toxicroak, which handled a lot of his Pokemon. There was a lot of things I could not do. I'm going to bring in Thundurus, and he's going to get a Scald off. Oh, an Energy Ball, actually. And that literally does absolutely nothing to me. I go for a Thunderbolt, just thinking, you know, he's probably going to swap into Zeb Striker here. I've pretty much given up at this point, because this battle, man. This battle. He had me on the ropes the whole time. He always had the upper hand on me. And I did not plan as well as I should have for this. And I'm not going to be making that mistake next time. I'm going to be making sure that I plan very well, look at the whole team, not prepare for just one Pokemon, because I was afraid of the Landorus. And, you know, he didn't even bring the Landorus. Of course, You would think, you know, it's a rain team. Why would you bring Landorus? There's no reason to. So I was stupid here, and I was scared that he would go into his Jellicent or his Clefable. So I go for Flash Cannon, and it doesn't kill, and he takes out my Kingdra. So I'm just like, fuck me. Game's pretty much over, and I'm gonna bring in my Mamoswine. Remember me, and of course he's gonna preserve the 5-0 because, you know, there's no reason not to. Because damn. And looking at this Ice Shard and seeing how much it does to the Scizor, I realized I could not have taken him out with an Earthquake. It probably would have been a 3-hit KO, maybe a 2-hit KO, and of course he's just gonna take me out with a Bullet Punch. It doesn't even matter at this point, because if I swap into Politoed, it's dead, and if I swapped right back out into Politoed, it was gonna die to Rocks and Bullet Punch, and Mamoswine was gonna die anyways. So it's GG, Shoddy, 5-0. You actually scared me a lot when we were battling. I changed Pokemon at last minute to prepare for you, and it made it more difficult to battle. So next time I'll be more prepared and not change plans last minute. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.